President Obama's nominee for defense secretary is facing his Capitol Hill critics. Former Republican Senator Chuck Hagel is the only witness at this morning's Senate confirmation hearing. With us this morning from Washington, author Bob Woodward, associate editor of the Washington Post. Bob, good morning.
Morning.
Is the Hagel nomination in good shape as he comes to Congress to make his case?
It looks like it is, and you know, he's got some questions to answer, but what's interesting in the reporting we've done on it is that there is a like-mindedness between Obama and Hagel about where the military should go, when it should be used, a sense of scaling back. At the same time, there's a hawkish side to it, that you have to be ready to use the military. But I think this is the mind meld between the president and Hagel is the key factor here. And as you know, the defense secretary is in effect the deputy commander-in-chief. If you look back, we would not have had Vietnam without Secretary of Defense McNamara. Almost certainly we would not have had, or in the way we had, the Iraq War without Defense Secretary Rumsfeld. So this is a big deal.
And Bob, you write about that Obama has found a soulmate on the issue of war. So with Hagel as defense secretary, even though he served certainly during Vietnam, a Republican, what does it mean for American engagement in the world in the next 4 years?
That it's going to be done in a much more careful way. Clearly, in my research on the first book I did on Obama and talking with the president about the war in Afghanistan, he, like Hagel, has an aversion to war. He'll go to war, but in Obama's famous Nobel Prize acceptance speech, he made it very clear that war may be necessary, but it's always a manifestation of human folly.
And the Secretary of State, John Kerry, has said they need to get the economic house in order as a first priority for national security. But look at Syria and look at Iran. Where does the Secretary of Defense nominee and the president stand on Iran?
Well, they're going to try, you know, the policy is to prevent Iran from getting the bomb. That is the most difficult policy to execute. It's not a matter of containment. It's a matter of stopping it. Whether that's going to be effective, we're going to see. But if you, as you both know, the world is really dangerous now. There are a lot of powder kegs and hot spots, and whether they can calibrate a policy that will send the message to potential enemies or adversaries that will use the military if necessary, but at the same time not be in the hair-trigger mode, which some other presidents and secretaries of defense have been.
Thank you, Bob.